of the internet. Welcome back to another video. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, folks. I got another video pulled up here. Again, it comes from the good folks over at Hardly Initiated. I did a video of them not too long ago. From the same interview that I think I did before. Of course, it looks like it was a podcast segment that they had with Dr. Umar. But the conversation, or the segment of the conversation, the segment of the podcast that they're having now is one that strikes my interest, of course. They titled the video, Dr. Umar's Philosophy on Men Cheating in Relationships, right? Course on this channel, trying to diversify my palette on things that I like to speak about. Again, I typically like to speak about things that you can resonate with, or of course maybe have some take-home value, things that can hopefully make us a little bit better, make us a little bit wiser, things that we can implement in our lifestyle to be able to be better humans, right? So I have my thoughts. Of course, I see this title, it jumps out to me. Of course, I do know within this culture right now, side chick culture and dating apps and relationships and marriage and this, that, I do know this is a popular topic within my generation. I want to watch this clip, get some of the thoughts behind Dr. Umar Johnson. I'll share my thoughts. Of course, I encourage you guys to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and get into it.
If my daughter comes to me and say, Daddy, Baba, my husband cheated on me, I'm going to say, Princess, give me a hug, sit down, I need to talk to you. Is he a good provider? Yes. Does he take good care of you? Yes. Does he ever disrespect you, raise his hand to you? No. Outside of this cheating, is he pretty much what you need in a man? Yes, he is. What do we know about this woman? Was this thing purely sexual? Was it a hit and miss? Is it a work romance? Or is he really feeling this woman? If she tells me this was a hit and miss, I'm going to tell her, go have a conversation with him about his infidelity. Let him know you do not like it. But there's two things I want you to think about. I will never tell you not to leave a man because he cheated. I will never tell you that. If you want to leave him because he cheated, go ahead and do it. But I want to ask you a question. How many men you expect to find out there who are never going to go outside that marriage, at least occasionally, to experience another woman? I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's not realistic to leave a good man for an oops. Now, let me tell you when you better leave him. I'm going to tell you when you better pack your shit. I'm going to come pack it. If you find out the other woman is more important than you now, if you find out he has removed you from the throne and put another woman on the throne, and now you number two when you was always number one, you got to leave. There's no greater disrespect a man pays to his woman than to put another woman in her place. When a man replaces a woman, she need to leave, because that is a sign that you are no longer what you were to him. And if you hang around too long, you will see your rank drop again and again and again till you don't even matter no more.
Yeah, you in trouble at that point.
So you better leave when you ain't number one no more. But if you still number one and you know you number one, have a conversation, princess. But I don't think you kick him to the curb for this oops.
Let's pause it right there, man. Again, shout out to the good brothers over at Hardly Initiated. Shout out to Dr. Umar, man. Very interesting, folks. Very interesting take. I'll share mine. So greater context, basically, the question is asked. Again, they titled the video, Dr. Umar's Philosophy on Men Cheating in Relationships. Dr. Umar just says, hypothetically speaking, if he had a daughter, the daughter says, Dad, I'm thinking about leaving my husband or my boyfriend, whatever the case is. I found out he's cheating. According to Dr. Umar, you heard the questions that he'll sit her down and ask her, this, that, and the other. Here's the situations where you leave. Here's the situations where you have a conversation with him, but the decision is up to you. I think this is a very interesting conversation, and I appreciate his stance and his take in this scenario. And to be completely honest, folks, I would take the same approach, the same exact approach. If I had a daughter, speaking for myself now, we offer Dr. Umar. If I personally had a daughter, I got nieces. Let's take them, because I always, and little do they know, I always use them as a metric as well too. How I treat women. Of course, I always tell let me preface this by saying I do consider myself a gentleman, and this is not me trying to white knight or whatever the case is. I feel like I've always been a gentleman. I'm not in the business of dogging women. I don't beat women. I don't degrade women. I don't do none of that. And again, that could be just how I was raised. That could be for the simple fact that I have a lot of women in my family, this, that, and the other. That could be simply be for the fact that I believe in empathy, treating people how you want to be treated. I'm a core believer in that. But ultimately, I have 2 young nieces. Shout out to them that are growing up in this world right now, man. And I have homegirls. I got an older sister, this, that, and the other. So I always, when it comes to a situation like this, how I treat other women, how men should treat other women, I always ask myself exactly that, man. If I'm interacting with a girl, how would I want my nieces to feel, right? Or if, knowing that I have 2 young nieces that have, fairly older, they're within this age right now, of course, where these are realistic things. I think one's in senior in high school, one's in 8th grade, will be in 9th grade next year. So if one of them came to me, of course, you heard what Dr. Umar said. If they came to me and said, hey, dealing with a guy, of course, I would assume they would go to their parents, of course, as well, too. But dealing with a guy, found out he's been cheating on me, what should I do? To be completely honest, the same approach Dr. Umar just said you would take, I would take the same thing. Assess the situation, ladies. Now I'm speaking to all of y'all now. Ladies, I'm speaking to all of y'all. Assess the situation. I had a conversation with a homegirl of mine not too long ago. This is some time ago, actually. It was some time ago. I had a homegirl. And of course, as I always mentioned, this is a popular conversation that we have as millennials, Gen Zs, within this whole dating market right now. We're all within that age where this is a hot topic. And I genuinely asked her because I wanted to know from a female standpoint, why cheating is usually the nail in the coffin for a lot of women. Why cheating is, the final straw. Why cheating is the big red flag and the big no-no. Break it down to me from a female standpoint. Why cheating is just a non-negotiable for a lot of women. I gave her a scenario, kind of sort of what Dr. Umar just said. I asked her, hypothetically speaking, let's say you come across a guy and he does everything for you, right? This is your husband now. He does everything. Pays the rent. He pays all your bills. He's giving you the last name. He's giving you the ring. He's giving you the children. He's giving you everything that you've possibly could have wanted, right? Every box that you would have wanted to check. And again, we're just speaking hypothetically because no man is perfect. But let's just say that you came across a man, you are married to a man that treats you like a queen. But from time to time, or maybe as Dr. Umar even references, as a oops or a mistake or just circumstance, because some girls will say, oh no, you can't accidentally cheat, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But let's just say you have a husband who treats you like a queen, but from time to time or sometime in his history, he steps out and he has some type of relation with another woman. Why are you women so willing to drop everything and leave that man solely for that act? And my homegirl explained to me, in her opinion, the part that stings the most when men cheat is the emotional attachment that they garnered with another woman. So I asked her that scenario, like, would you walk away? You'd be willing to leave all of that? He gives you everything. He treats you like a queen. Your bills are paid. You don't struggle for nothing. You got the last name. You got the kids. You got the house. You got the car. Bills are paid. Everything is good for you. All your boxes are checked, but he cheated one time with a girl that he doesn't even care about. You're willing to walk away? And she basically told me the reason why women feel so hurt in situations like that is because they can't fathom the idea of you, the man, having the emotional, it's the physical element as well too, but the emotional attachment. She even also said as well too, you taking resources outside of the household and applying it to another woman as well too, regardless of how rich you are, this, that, and the other. So she finds out that you're buying her things and taking her on trips, and your resources that could have been used towards you and your family, you're using it to another woman. That is the blow that makes a lot of women upset and is the reason why they're willing to walk away. And all of that is understandable, ladies. I completely understand. As a man, I never necessarily understood why a woman would be willing to walk away and leave and I want a divorce because a man, let's say he does it one time. Now, again, of course, there's different circumstances. I understand. There's different circumstances. Is he a repeat offender? Is this a woman who you're maybe noticing, ladies, that is growing in the ranks and maybe he's coming for your spot, right, as queen? Okay, cool. You have an argument there. Is this a woman who, one night out with his homeboys, he had some type of relation, they went their separate ways, they did what they did, they went their separate ways? Are you willing to walk away then? He's not really in communication with her. They know each other, they had their fling, they kept it pushing. Are you willing to walk away under those circumstances? Does cheating still hurt? Are you willing to throw it all away, I guess you could say, under those circumstances? I do think it's a circumstantial thing. Now, ladies, hear me out, because again, I love y'all, and I'm always coming to y'all defense where I see fit. Like Dr. Umar, yeah, there's certain circumstances where you do leave. If you feel like this new woman now has your husband in the palm of his hand, in the palm of her hand. If this new woman now has zero regard for you in terms of the well-being of your household. She don't care if you're noticing certain things, then yeah, for your own dignity, for your own self-respect, you got to get up out of there. But if it's a woman, me personally, ladies, the part that I'm going to actually kind of rebuttal and push back a little bit is that you got to understand the man that you want, to Dr. Umar's point as well too, first of all, assuming you do leave this man, are you under the impression that you're going to find another man like that again? Let's say you already have kids. Let's say you're married. Let's say you got 1 or 2 kids already with this man. Let's say you're kind of maybe up there in age. These are all factors that you got to take into consideration. Maybe let's say you're in your late 30s, maybe pushing 40, whatever the case is, maybe a little bit younger. When you say that you're willing to leave this man because he cheated, are you under the assumption that you're going to find another man? And are you going to be willing to rebuild everything all over again? Because let's say you are able to come across another man who does check those boxes. He's another high value man, right? Because one point I'm trying to make is there's not that many brothers out here that are going to fit the criteria that you're looking for. Do understand that. That kind of goes back to a conversation that I had some time ago when I'm saying, like, ladies, man, that ideal man that you're looking for is a unicorn. He's in the 1%. All you ladies who want the 6-figure salary and the 6-pack abs and the 6 foot, this, that, some of y'all standards are not realistic. The man that you want is not a common man. So assuming you do have a man already who gives you everything that you want, treats you like a queen, but from time to time, or maybe once or twice in its history, he maybe had some type of relationship with another woman, are you leaving him with the assumption that you're going to find another man of that caliber who won't do those things to you? Because ladies, let's keep it real, man. And this is, I'm welcoming you into the group chat, into the boys' locker room, right? These are the things that I'm assuming you guys should know by now, but a lot of the times I think women just don't want to understand the things that I'm telling y'all, or just men in general be telling y'all when it comes to like the dynamic between men and women. Us men, for the 100th time, when it comes to men dealing with other women, this emotional attachment that you guys be concerned of is not necessarily a thing for most men. Not all, because some men do get emotionally attached, but I think it's common knowledge now at this point that most men are able to interact with a woman to whatever degree and keep it pushing. For the most part, ladies, it's y'all that are more emotionally invested. Not saying that you're not capable, because I know women that are fully capable of not being emotionally invested. But for the most part, for the millionth time, men are easier to maneuver when it comes to dealing with women in the sense of, and I'm trying to be sensitive to y'all feelings. But we don't really care like that. We don't, a lot of men don't see the severity of the infraction. Whereas you're concerned about, oh, he, did this with her, he did that with her. For us, it's just like, man, she looked good. Right time, right place. We did what we had to do, and we kept it pushing. We're not running off with this woman. Not to say that this stuff doesn't happen. We're not planning to run off with this woman. We're not planning to replace you with this woman. We're not planning to this, that, and the other. In most situations, it was just a situation of convenience. Now, again, I will be concerned if you are noticing that, oh, he's spending a lot more time with her, or he's using a lot of our household resources towards her. She's calling him for bills. He's buying her expensive gifts on her birthday. He's taking trips with her. That's when you got a problem, ladies. That's when, yeah, you gotta exit that situation to the best of your abilities. But hear me out. What am I saying? It's case by case. Don't be under the impression that all men are like this way. Even me, like this is not me saying that this is what you can expect from me. If you're a woman that's watching this, this is not me saying that this is a lifestyle that I embrace. But again, I'm welcoming you into the boys' locker room. This is how we think. This is how we are wired. Now, again, you could talk about discipline and love. See, women will throw words like, oh, discipline, and if he really loves me, he would never do this, and if it's not love, if it's, he's able to, and I hear you. But again, there's factors that you guys hold in higher regard than we do. What I'm saying is this, and I'll wrap it up. As I always tell you guys, ladies and fellas, I'm talking to both of us here, base your situation off of your own standards and not the standards that come from social media. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Ladies, you are within your right to walk away if a man does cheat. And again, if I was giving this advice to my nieces or a homegirl, whatever the case is, I would tell you that, yeah. I'm not saying don't do it. If for you, ladies, a red flag is for you, no, he cheated once, I don't care if it was a fling, I don't care if it was a girl he knew, I don't care. If your red flag is he cheated, I'm leaving, cool. No harm, no foul. But as I would recommend you guys do, as I always like to do for myself, make sure you're making a logical decision as opposed to an emotional decision, ladies. I'm not saying you got to degrade yourself and feel inferior or less than, no. But I'm saying, look at your circumstance, depending on what your circumstance is. Again, whether you're married, whether there's kids already involved, whether there's whatever. Take everything into consideration. Again, like Dr. Umar said, was it a oopsie, he slipped up, messed up, man, it won't happen again? Is this a reoccurring thing that he's constantly doing? Is this woman, again, slowly climbing in the ranks over you? These are the things that you take into consideration. But if you've come across a man who I would consider a unicorn, again, remember, in the scenario that you've come across a man that takes care of you, and you know that your spot is solidified, you know he's not going nowhere, you know he's not going to put another woman above you, you know he cares about your well-being and the kids' well-being and this, that, and the other, you know he does genuinely care about you, but from time to time, okay, maybe, not from time to time, I don't think it should be whatever, but whatever. All I'm saying is make sure you're making a logical decision as opposed to an emotional decision. Because, ladies, if you're under the assumption that you've got yourself one good man and you're going to leave him for another good man, the chances are fairly high that that man that you're going to be running to kind of operates the same way. Because, again, us men, we're wired differently than y'all. You understand? So, you know the saying, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. Is it when it comes to dealing with men of that caliber? Because, again, I'm also going to say this as well, too. All men don't cheat. That's true. All men don't cheat. Some men have no problem with that. Cool. But I want you to think logically when it comes to your circumstance, when it comes to infidelity in a relationship. Weigh out the pros and cons. Have mature conversations. Not with your homegirls and this, that. Yeah, I mean, you can confide in people that you trust in and this, that, the other, but you need to have a primary conversation with you and your partner, whether that's your husband, your boyfriend, your fiance, whatever the case is. Really assess the situation. Express to him how the infidelity made you feel. Hey, you really hurt me. Hey, it's going to take me some time to get over this. However you want to word it. Let him understand how you truly feel behind his actions. Have a mature, responsible conversation and assess the situation based off of your circumstance, not off of what your family members tell you and your homegirls tell you and this, that, and the other. How do you feel? Take it to God. I'll ultimately say it as well too. Pray about it. I'm dead serious. But again, understanding the current dating market, understanding, we always hear this thing, there's piss in the dating pool and there's nothing out here, there's no good men, there's no good women. If you understand that it's slim pickings out here and you can ultimately in that same breath admit that you have a good thing in your current circumstance, make logical decisions as opposed to emotional decisions is what I'm saying. Respect yourself. Again, set your boundaries how you want to set your boundaries. If that's how you want to do it, he cheated one time, I'm out, cool. No harm, no foul. You won't be wrong in doing so. Those are my thoughts. Of course, I want to hear yours down in the comment section below. Ladies, I definitely want to hear from y'all, man. Leave some comments down in the comment section. Let me know. What's this whole thing behind cheating for y'all? We've been hearing about it. Cheating, relationships. Oh, he cheated. It just seems like it's so normal now. That's why I said we just got to revisit this whole thing. Cheating. Oh, he cheated. Why did you guys break up? He cheated. Oh, what happened? Oh, he cheated. She cheated. He cheated. It's just like, it's so common now. I'm not saying that makes it right. But ladies, leave some comments down in the comment section, man. What's this whole cheating debacle, man? Why is it such a deal breaker for y'all? Those are my thoughts. Of course, I want to hear yours down in the comment section. As always, the likes, the comments, and subscribes are all greatly appreciated. I will catch you guys on the next one.